Are We Still On podcast? I'm your host, Zen. And like I start off every episode, I hope everyone is having a great day. And if you're not having a great day and your day is just a mess, I hope you fix whatever mess of a day that you're having so that you can have a good day. Okay? Because the weather in Texas right now is really gloomy. Everyone's getting ready for Halloween, Thanksgiving. November 1st is when people start getting ready for Christmas out here. So we are all in good spirits. Just the gloomy weather is kind of keeping us down. As you can see, your girl is supporting her Rangers. Because my very first Texas Rangers game was maybe a few months ago. I think it was June or July, but baby, the atmosphere was amazing. Okay, we wanted to try every food that we seen, and I was just like, you know what, I think I need to start supporting I need to start supporting more of my state teams. So I'm like, okay, we get there, it's amazing. And that was my first time actually understanding like the players, and your girl did not know that Adonis Garcia was not black. Like, ethnicity, race, this man is from, I think, Cuba or something. I don't know, but I was like, oh my goodness, like, he's not, like, when you look at him, I thought, looking at him from my perspective, I thought this man was from the south side of Fort Worth. Literally. And it was just like, the whole game just was like, oh my goodness, like, okay, he really is a dope player. Other people are dope players. So it was a pretty good experience, and I thank my man for taking me there, because if he didn't, I wouldn't have been going, and I wouldn't be wearing this Texas Ranger shirt right now today, because yeah, they did the damn thing. Okay. And so now that I talked about that briefly, I just want to touch a little bit on like society. Society is a tricky subject. We are still trying to find our place in certain tables. Okay, we are in a big ass cafeteria full of different tables, and if you were the type of person that hung out in the cafeteria before school started, you got the tables where people are cool but not cool. You got the tables where the people that love anime. You got the tables where people are very emo-ish and they love the dark realm and spirits and stuff. And then you got those that are jocks and cheerleaders, and then you got those drama kids. I just feel like we are in a big ass table. Like, well, not table. I just feel like we are in a big ass cafeteria. We are in a big ass cafeteria with thousands and millions of fucking tables here, and we are all just still trying to figure out exactly where the fuck do we fit in at. Okay? There's 1,000 tables, and we are just trying to find that one table that fits us. So reviewing all of that, I'm like, okay, but why does one want to be a part of every table, every organization, everything? Like, everything is not for everybody. You might be skilled at a couple of things. You might be skilled at, one thing more than the other, but why are you wanting to sit at every table? Every table is not meant for everybody. And I say that with wholeheartedness that, baby, if you think you can sit at every table just because you are this person that everyone knows, you're popular, if you think that you can sit at every table just because you were good at sports, if you think that you can sit at every table just because everyone wants to quote unquote be like you, the delusion is real. Okay. And we are in the position where now everyone is wanting to put their fingers and toes and body parts in different aspects of living. Okay, so everyone is wanting to do this. Everyone is like, my first episode was about attempting new things in life. And I told you guys, and we talked about it, like attempting new things is just to give it a try. Because some things are for you and some things aren't. But you have to understand and know that not everything is going to be for you. And you should be comfortable with moving along and understanding, okay, you know what? Yeah, that's just not my table to sit at. That's just not my table to be at. That's just not the atmosphere that I feel like I want to be in. You might think that you want to be in that atmosphere just because you might have a friend at this table and you might be best friends with this person at the table, but that's just not your table. It's not your table. So now here we are in the point of what is your purpose in life in general. Okay. And it had me thinking real deep. And I was like, okay, are we taking necessary breaks throughout life? Okay. Rather it's taking a break from work, rather it's taking a break from relationships, rather it's taking a break from, just family members, rather it's taking a break from anything out there. Are we taking those necessary breaks? And baby, I look all on social media. Y'all know your girl loves social media. So I'm on social media and I'm like, I think my last social media break, I lasted about a year. It was about a year. And I was like, it was the greatest feeling ever. Like, I didn't see anything that would just cause me to just go down this damn rabbit hole to where I'm trying to figure out who is Ashley, what did Ashley do, and how is Ashley kin to Brittany? How is Brittany kin to Ashley? How is this whole situation relevant to whatever the fuck they're talking about on social media? And so when I did that, I was like, yeah, I think everyone needs to take a break sometime. Taking a break sometime it definitely helps your mental, because we are tending to scroll and figure things out. We're seeing depressing ass shit on social media. And I was one of those people. My daddy grew up telling me, like, Zenobia, you need to look at the news. You need to look at the news. And I was like, I don't want to look at the news. The news is so sad and depressing, but I understand why we should look at the news. But then again, it's like, I'm one of those people that I'm real sketchy. Okay. Everything is sketchy to me. So it's like, are they really covering exactly what's going on, or are they covering partial things to make it seem one-sided instead of posting everything that they should be posting, so that we understand exactly what the fuck we are reading, what the fuck we are talking about? So just knowing that, I'm like, I just don't think that watching the news is beneficial for me. I'm not one of those people that are just going to turn it on Channel 4 News and watch Channel 4 News at 6 o'clock in the morning and catch up on, anything other than. Now, back in the day, the only time I did watch the news was when we were having like them winter days in high school and in middle school and stuff. You had to watch the news to figure out if your school or your school district was out of school for that day. That's the only time your girl would turn that news station on, because that's the only information that was beneficial for me. Okay, I didn't care too much about voting. I didn't care too much about nothing like that. I didn't care too much about what gas station got shot up and I didn't care too much about it. Okay, so now I'm still at that age to where it's like, why should I watch the news? I'm not a news person. Okay, like now I get all of everything that's going on in the world. I get it from social media. And even now I'm a little tired of that, because I'm like, okay, Everyone's lives is full of shit. Everyone is just out here living whatever kind of lie of a life they want to live. And, we are getting caught up in social scandals and all kinds of stuff. So I'm like, okay, I think I'm done with social media. So that was my question. Like, are we taking necessary breaks from anything that might just be causing us some type of discomfort, some type of aggravation, some type of just like, every time I get on this type of app or this type of time or I'm communicating with this certain friend, it's always nothing but negative things, negative energy. And sometimes the people that we are viewing and communicating with, it takes a minute for you to understand that this person is negative. They are negative. They aren't where they should be at. They are just in a place that you don't want to be a part of. And I say that with all honesty because it's like when we're taking breaks from like certain friendships and certain relationships, a lot of the times people don't understand that taking these breaks is necessary. And I seen on Twitter, someone said, is taking a break meaning you're single? And they said, yeah, and I agree. I agree because if we're taking a break is taking apart from whatever situation you're in, right? So if we are taking a break, I am currently single, yes, but that shouldn't mean that I'm out here just willy-nilly with my private parts, right? So I'm like, okay, well, there's nothing wrong with taking a break. And then other people are taking breaks from social media. I seen one girl told me that she was taking a break from her job. Like she quit her 9 to 5 and she was just like, yeah, I'm taking a break from working. And in the back of my mind, I'm also a realist. So I'm like, girl, what faith are you leaping on? Because the inflation is high. Inflation is really freaking high for you to be saying that you're taking a break from your 9 to 5. Your 9 to 5 is how you are paying your bills. So how are you taking a break from your 9 to 5? So she was just like, oh, well, I have other ventures to venture out into, and I just want to start this project, that project. And I'm like, you know what? You are right. If you feel like you are in the spot and in the need to take these breaks, then go right ahead. Go right ahead. You might have that faith. You might have that savings. You might have that support to where it's just like, you know what? I am going to start something new, start something fresh, and something that I know I really want to start. Because if I don't start it now, when will I start it? Probably never. Probably 5, 6, 10 years from now. And then when you do start it that long, that late, is it still a thing? Is it still in the market for having said thing? And so I was like, let me just see and understand exactly like why are people taking breaks from stuff. And it's just a lot of people that just need those breaks in their life. So on here, I was scrolling and everyone is like, taking a break from the internet, y'all stay safe, taking a break from weed, taking a break from boyfriends and girlfriends, taking a break just for a couple of days. Sometimes you probably just need like a hard 24-hour reset. Once you get that 24-hour reset, you might be fine. Other people might need a week, 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, 7 months, a year. Like there's no time frame to when people. But my thing is that when we've taken these breaks, are we communicating that as well? A lot of the times when people decide they want to take a break, they drop off the face of the earth right then and there. And it's like, do you have no regards of people's feelings? And I'm not saying just, you know, keep your friends and family in mind, but some, just like you rely on your friendship for certain things or your spouse for certain things, that person also relies on you for certain emotional support, any type of support. So it would be kind to just go ahead and say, hey, I'm not feeling well. I'm thinking about taking a break for a couple of days or a couple of months, or just taking a break until I feel like I'm ready to come back to this situation. If you need me and if it's an emergency, you know, I'm still here. My phone still works. I probably just won't be replying. And then if that person agrees and just says, okay, well, you know, well, I'll probably text you every day just to say good morning or just to say, hey, how are you feeling? And if you reply back, you reply back. If you don't, you don't. I have one friend that I am close to, and she had a mishap happen a couple of years back, and she always lets me know that when this anniversary comes up every year, she'll say, hey, I'm feeling this. I probably won't text you on this day, but know that I am fine. Stuff like that is very important, because when you drop off the face of the earth with no communication or nothing, and then whenever it's time for you to feel like you're ready to jump back into the community, jump back into the social pool, jump back into being communicative with your friends and family, it might be too late for that. It might be too late for that, because there was no warning. And then now that I am texting your phone, nothing is being said, nothing is being heard of. So it's like you would want that same common courtesy from someone as you would if, you know, it happened to you. So when she does that, I'm more aware of where her feelings are at, where she is at in the spot that she is in. So I don't overstep the boundary that she set. I don't overstep the boundary that she set. So, you know, on that anniversary day, I'll say, you know, a couple of sentences, good morning, I love you, and that's it. And rather she replies or not, she'll probably heart it like she always does. So she'll heart it, and then that will be the silence of it all for that day. And then if she's feeling up to communicating, she'll definitely reach out and say, hey, I'm good, I'm fine, this and this and that. So in all I am trying to say is that when we are taking these breaks, because they are needed, you know, your mental health is important, your physical health is important, and everything. So when these breaks are taken, take into consideration of the people that you have around you. Take into consideration of everyone that is in your love circle, everyone that is communicating with you. Because if I'm communicating with you about how I feel about a certain situation, it shouldn't turn you away from me. It should only say, okay, well, this is probably why she feels that way. There should be some type of understanding. So just as well as you are feeling some way, there should be communication, understanding, and that's it. So take that into consideration, y'all, because it's 2023, and I know everyone is raving on TikTok, social media, Instagram, Facebook, and they're just like, you have two sides of it. People that are comfortable with just leaving their friends and family in the fucking darkness and thinking, you know, where's Waldo? Now we're fucking looking for you. You're not replying back. We don't know what type of mental state you're in. And then you pop up out of nowhere. Pop goes the fucking weasel. Now you are out here, oh, I just felt like you weren't listening to me. You're just dropping off and just saying, you know, find me, and, you know, spend your time texting my phone and calling, and then when that type of energy is being had, the person that's giving you that, I'm looking for you, I'm yearning for your communication, the person that's giving you that, and you're just sitting there watching the text messages roll by, you are watching you're watching the emotions fly from social media to social media to social media. So now not only is that the case, the other case is that by time you decide that you're going to reach out, this person probably didn't forgot all about you, because it's rude. It's rude to put people in those situations. It's very rude. So if you need to take those breaks, take those breaks, but be kind and respectful of the people that are around you, that care for you. You might not be at the best communicating stage of your life, but a simple, hey, I'm not feeling myself right now, please respect my distance, will suffice. Okay? If you want to say, bitch, I'm not feeling well, I'll text you in a week or two, that will suffice too. But I would hope you don't say that, but it'll definitely suffice. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, that baby, taking a break is needed. And I sat here and I was like, what kind of break do I want to take? I can't take a break out of my relationship because I love my man, but and we stay together. So what kind of break is that? But I also sat here and I said, you know what? Let me think about taking a social media break. But then in the back of my mind, I'm like, girl, you have a whole podcast that you come out with every week. But I'm like, okay, well, maybe I can take a break from my personal accounts and just kind of focus more on my podcast, focus more on promoting my podcast, more on communicating on my podcast platforms. So I was like, okay, that will probably be my best bet. That would be something that I should really take into consideration, because I am feeling like I am ready to take a break. I'm ready to take a break. And with that being said, like, I don't want it to be a long break, because I do want to bring in the new year with my people and stuff like that. But I'm really at that point to where I want to take a break. So if you are listening to this episode and you understand exactly what I'm talking about, just comment down on my video on YouTube. You can also reach me at Gmail. My Gmail is arewestillonpodcast@gmail.com. Social media platforms are all the same, Are We Still On Podcast. So if you are feeling the same way, or you would like to express why you are taking a break, why you feel like the breaks are needed, or if you got any advice on a simpler way for people to communicate to other people that they are in a relationship with, that they're close with, that they are needing to take a break from communicating, you can also give me that advice, or we can try and link up and better explain those type of processes, so that people can understand exactly how to get their thoughts and feelings through. So again, I wanted to thank everyone for coming to my TED Talk. Okay, is it a TED Talk? It's probably not a TED Talk. It's probably more like it's a podcast. Okay, it is what it is. But yeah, definitely want to say thank you guys for all the support that I have been getting thus far. We are at episode 9 or 8. I am lost for words. Like, I didn't even realize I was this far ahead. Everyone is like, oh, what episode are we on? 7? I'm like, 7? I think that we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is episode 9. Episode 9, baby. I am almost to my 10th episode. I hope everyone that is listening here, I'm thinking about doing like a celebration episode for my 10th episode, because making it to 10 episodes without quitting on stepping out on faith and doing this podcast, growing my podcast. I just started doing visuals not too long ago, but baby, I am stepping out on so much faith right now, baby. I feel like I'm walking on gold. Okay? Everything that I am doing right now is because, like, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I believe in myself. My man believes in me. My family believes in me. There's support all around me. So I'm like, fuck, like, I am really out here almost to my 10th episode. Views are going up consistently. It's the small things that matter. So my views are going up. Everything is aligning. I am just happy. Everything is just right on the margin for me, because I did a review on my analytics on YouTube. So there's a vlog on my YouTube channel for my podcast. So I have the podcast the podcast playlist, and I have the vlog playlist. So on my vlog playlist, I need to get better at recording and putting and uploading my vlogs. But baby, your girl is still figuring out these videos and editing and stuff. But on the second vlog, there was the episode is about reviewing my analytics. So on there, you will see me basically break down everything. So I am reviewing my analytics for YouTube. I'm reviewing my analytics for Spotify, Instagram. I didn't go over my analytics for Facebook because I am still trying to get more engaged on my Facebook group. So I will figure out those analytics a little later in time. But I definitely was like, okay, cool. Like, my YouTube analytics were great. For me to be a first-time podcaster, first-time YouTuber, like, my analytics were great. So if you ever get the chance to view that vlog of me reviewing my analytics, baby, you will see, like, I'm clearly starting from somewhere. So a year from now, I will do another analytic video just so you guys can see the progress and from where I started to where I am currently in that year or that spot in my life. I'm also looking forward to being in introducing myself into more social media events. So networking, more everything. So I'm definitely going to start posting more as I go to these social media events, promoting my podcast, possibly putting myself out there to be on other people's podcasts. I am going to start accepting guests on my podcast to where we are sitting in a group setting and we are just going over things, because I know this is a standalone podcast for the most part, but I wanted to get past a couple of or a certain amount of episodes before I integrated guests into my podcast. So we are going to stay in this El Dorado, this Maserati, this Lamborghini, whatever kind of vehicle, whatever kind of imaginary vehicle that I have in my mind, baby, because I drive a Nissan, but I call my Nissan a Maserati. Don't ask no questions. But we are in this car together and we are alone for the ride. So again, I wanted to thank everyone for listening and tuning in to my episode, my podcast, my life. Thank you guys. And if you need to reach me at Gmail, that's arewestillonpodcast@gmail.com. All social media platforms are the same. So that's Are We Still On Podcast. And then if you want to just, like and subscribe on my YouTube channel, definitely do that, because that will help your girl out a lot. Engage. Okay. Engage. So thank you guys for another awesome sit down and listen to Are We Still On Podcast, and have a good day. Bye.